I was like, Armando and Alan, bueno. George, back to the trucko. We gotta work in the memoria. He had questions about certain cuts. I would answer his questions as he was doing it. It looks a little worse than how it looked before we even got there. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna go over a couple projects today. We're on site here in Glenmore. We just got done doing a drainage project for the township. We had a massive problem in the beginning, but it all got solved. So now we're out here. Got some trucks and equipment, and I'm gonna go show you guys what we did for $5,000. All right, guys, this is our job site. This is what we did. We came in here. The homeowner originally reached out to us in the spring, in April, Joe here, and he had an issue with the drainage. So we came up with a drainage plan to handle this. And so we did a whole design on it. He submitted to the township. They went back and forth, and essentially we came in here, cleared this basin out, installed all new riprap. Originally it was gonna be a Joe thing, and then it turned into like the township paying us, and then we worked with neighbors and ordinances and timelines and project management. This is what we do here at CMG Landscaping, folks. We're client experience oriented and focused. That's why we have over 300 Google reviews here in Chester County. We're in the suburbs of Philadelphia. You guys are looking to do projects like this. One thing I'll say to you folks is you never know who you're gonna meet, all right? You never know who you're talking to. You might think it's just some angry neighbor, and the neighbor wants a whole new pool patio next spring. You might think it's this guy just being curious coming over, well, you know, this green stakes my property line. But you don't know the guy wants an all new deck and all new landscape lighting, right? So that's part of the business, man. Now we're in talks of doing some more drainage work with the township. Now we're in talks of actually doing some potential snow work with the township. That's why too, once we get your guys' business off the ground like that, right? You implement the systems and processes that I teach at Service Pro. It's like, that's why in business, it builds momentum. You're like compound investing. You ever heard of that phrase? Same thing in business. It's the same thing. You do so many jobs. You're gonna talk to more people. You're gonna get in front of more people. You're gonna shake hands with more people, and it just builds momentum. George, amigo, George. No, you know. You see, you that way. You, bueno. You, George, no grass seed. Alan, you're bueno. Armando and Alan are bueno. George, trucko. See? All right, amigos. George, my friend, you didn't understand what I was saying. I was saying you, amigo, no, what's grass seed in Spanish, Francisco? Pasto. No pasto. I was saying you, no pasto. And then you were saying them, stop. I was like, no, amigo. I was like, Armando and Alan, bueno. George, back to the trucko. It's okay though, amigo. It's only some pasta. It's only poquito pasto. Maybe we can do English lessons together. What do you think, Francisco? I know you're still working on English, but maybe you could, can you be the teacher to George?
No, Alan is the teacher.
No, Alan's not. No, Alan's not the English teacher. I can tell you that much. Christian, what do you think? Do you want to be the English teacher to these guys? Sure. Why don't you teach George one English word for us?
This is grass.
Brush.
Grass. This is tire. Tire. Truck bed.
Truck bed.
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 Truck bed. Truck.
Trucko. Truck. All right, let me just find you guys this adreso. We gotta text it to the Blanco. Yeah, I'm gonna meet you guys over there, Christian, and then we're gonna line up these plants, and then you're gonna unload the tractor, and then we're going to send you out to get some mulch, basically. So who drew this on my truck? Did you draw this? It was you, Alan? What does this crown mean? What does that mean? Is that gang affiliated?
Corona.
Okay, it's not MS-13. What does that mean in English?
The king.
Oh, okay. Okay, bueno, my friend. That's bueno. I didn't want that to be anything related with MS-13. Hey, Christian, what did you think the crown was?
Maybe like the king of landscaping businesses. I don't know.
Okay, good.
Like,
all right, good.
Not gang affiliated, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I had to make sure we're not driving around town with our MS-13 signage. All right, so now we're gonna go back since we have the jobber software. Christian's question was, hey, what color mulch is this? And it's a good question because there's brown dyed and then there's non-dyed brown, natural brown. So we're gonna pull up this client on jobber. We're gonna scroll to his profile. We're gonna find his landscape enhancement project. A loss on our part because we don't have the type of brown mulch. It's in there. Now my next thought process would be like, all right, well, who was here doing the spring cleanup? I'm almost positive Francisco was here doing it. So let's go talk to him. Christian, let's think of a you client scenario like we were doing yesterday.
All right.
You're installing these plantings and Jason, the client, walks out and says, Christian, this looks great, man. How am I supposed to take care of the plants?
You could probably either trim them like we're doing, or if you want maybe us to do it, we can come back out maybe once a year and keep them cleaned up.
Now, if Jason comes out and says, Christian, these look great, but like, what's the watering schedule look like? What are you gonna say?
I'd probably say that if you don't want to water them yourself, we can offer like an irrigation system that can keep all the plants watered, and it'll be set up on an automatic timer, so all he has to do is set that and we can set it up for him.
Good, man, you're like a born upseller. Hey, do you know what type of mulch we installed here?
Mulch brown.
No, I know. Is it dyed or non-dyed, amigo? I should know this, my friend. Hey, Armando, can you translate with Francisco?
Este no sé qué es mulch. Es mulch, sí que sé que es café, pero es que son dos tipos. Está el natural y está el otro, ¿cómo se llama?
But can you ask him, was he here when we did the spring cleanup on the property? And then, Armando, can you ask him, when he installed this mulch, was it dyed brown or natural, non-dyed brown?
No remember.
We got to work on that noggin.
Too much.
We got to work on the memoria.
Now it's mulch is old, because now it's very different color. Have you put a new?
I know. We got to get a new mulch for this section where we're going to plant that bed, Christian, and then a little bit in front of those two walls. So let me think back to when I was texting Jason. So guys, we're here in Malvern doing a fall cleanup and a property spruce up. We're doing a replanting as well. We ripped out all the old diseased boxwoods in the front of this property, this residence. So in front of these beds were all basically diseased boxwoods. We took those out. We took a couple more diseased boxwoods out in front of these two wall features. And so we're gonna replant some things. We got a lot of seasonal perennials to just do simple 3 seasons of color, spring, summer, and fall. We got a couple hydrangeas, and then this new plant. I think it's called, I should know. I'll get you guys the name of the plant here. It's in my proposal, but that's what we're doing here, Dylan. My friend, we're gonna remove this too. This is Barsuda. Can you guys cut back these grasses too? The grasses, this shrub, my friend, and then pull this dead stuff. See.
Oh, that's cool.
See. And my friend Armando, see those 3 dark greens? I'm gonna put them in front of this wall. I forgot to get 3 moss, so next week, probably you are gonna stop by and plant 3 moss in the left bed, my friend. See, my friend. And then I'm gonna get 3 moss to go on that end. Maybe you guys leave enough mulch back there so that when you come back next week, it'll be ready to go. You know, there's some clients I have, Dylan, that I really like. Jason's one of those good dudes. He's kind of like me sometimes, like not really, but sometimes. Like I always get back to people pretty quickly. I'll send him a proposal and he won't respond for a month and a half. I'll send him 4 follow-up texts. And then all of a sudden one week he's like, hey man, yeah, let's go do it. And like, that's how he was the spring cleanup. We redid his entire driveway this past spring. So we power wash and poly sand all the hardscape pavers throughout here. So this spring, I think we probably did like 10,000 hours worth of work or something. All right, guys, here's a video from my student, Will. He just got done his first patio project, $25,000. We worked together one-on-one. He had questions about certain cuts, and I would answer his questions on the spot as he was doing it. So that's Will's patio project, $25,000 project. We helped him sell the design, do the project, and really that comes down to like what changed in Will's business. What changed is he got around the right people. right? He got around guys that were doing project-based landscaping, design and build. He was mowing lawns this year. I mean, he's always been a lawn mowing company, and now he's selling $25,000 projects. The project-based side of the business is crazy for him, and it's really about how you get around. And that's why Service Pro Elite is such a valuable community, because you get around other like-minded guys that are doing the same thing you're doing, and you have one-on-one access. So if you need something quick or you need an answer right away, you have my personal cell phone number. So if you guys are ready to grow your business, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. You guys can apply to be on my one-on-one program. And now I'm about to go do an estimate. We're here in Malvern, new construction house, beautiful property. Mound I want to convert into a garden bed like that one and do some privacy green giants up here and some lower growing stuff in front of it. So that's part of like the driveway project. So possibly like some sort of wall. If not, if they don't want to do that, we're going to design garden bed basically with larger trees and some variety of trees, make it more natural looking. Guys, a great estimate, man. I just love doing estimates like this. She wants one of everything, man. She wants the front done, the front landscaping, the driveway landscaping. She wants the backyard done. They're going to get a pool installed starting in March. It's supposed to take 4 weeks. Who knows if that's true, but we're going to basically sell her a design. I told her like a lot of this stuff is pretty basic, but some of this stuff needs design work, definitely the backyard. And so she loved the rendering vibe. And then obviously I talked about landscape lighting. Like with a million pluses, probably $1.5 million home easily, you need some sort of landscape lighting. Like you have a long driveway like this in Malvern, you're going to have to spend some money on landscape lighting. It's just a fact. Super perfect client for us. They want to do it start in the spring. They like the idea of a design. I said, hey, I'm going to send you a separate proposal for the cost of the design. And so really that's what we're doing. We're going to do a design. We're going to send her a couple proposals on the smaller stuff, right? Like, let's get them warmed up. Hey, here's the real numbers. Here's what that includes. And then we're going to go back to this job site, the $5,500 job site, small planting project. They're going to be wrapping that up here any second. So we're going to make sure that's good. And then we're going to go out to Villanova where my guys fucked up a $7,000 project. I don't know what to do about it. I talked to a couple people in my thing, and it's just like, we've done 12 or 15 or 20 of these repointing projects, and this one got fucked up, and it was so fucked up, it's like, it's just not good. When we left the project, the day we left, the walkways were wet and it looked so beautiful. I mean, so beautiful. And long story short, it dried up and they got mortar from the repointing. They got mortar on the natural stone. So basically it looks a little worse than how it looked before we even got there. Anytime my team makes a mistake, we are always going to make it right. Always. Now we're going to call Will, my boy Will. Dude, I love Will.
Go.
Yo, Will, what's poppin', brother?
So we're about done with the patio and we're getting to the seating wall. I guess my question is, gently move the sand away from the edging paver, or?
Yeah, you're going to gently remove that, obviously, and then you're going to lay your block on your compacted stone is usually what we do. I know it's only 20 inches high, but even if you have to buy an extra block, a layer of block or something, for like long-term purposes, you definitely want to make sure that first course is like 3/4 down.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Will. See you, buddy.
See ya.
Guys, there's a free course on my YouTube channel for landscape, hardscape business owners that are looking to grow. It's a free resource. It's about 45 minutes of straight value of how to run and operate and grow a project-based landscaping company. I'm going to pop it up right here, and it'll be at the end of the video. All right, guys, we're here to check on the job site. I mean, they didn't really get much done from when we left, so this just wasted 20 minutes of my life, but that's okay. Hey, Christian. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah? All right, we got some quiz questions for Christian.
All right.
You remember our role play scenario yesterday with the walkway?
Yes.
Right, you're in Malvern, you're speaking with people that own $2 million homes that are serious people. Real opportunity in front of you. And they say, well, Christian, like, I want a new walkway. But can you tell me, like, what type of base do you put below your walkway?
We use about 4 to 6 inches of 2A modified stone. And then on top of that, we'll do a light layer of rice. And then we'll put our pavers on top of that. And then we put on edgecrete on the sides that'll keep it in place instead of the plastic.
Hey, before you wet the polysand, do you guys like make sure there's no polysand on the pavers? Just in the cracks, right? Oh. You know, because I hired this kid 2 years ago that did my back patio, and he left. I didn't realize the polysand was all over my patio. I gave him the check, and he never came back. You guys aren't going to do that, right?
Nah, here at CMG, we make sure everything is perfect and make sure you're happy with everything.
Yes.
Make sure
Oh
the
my
job's done right.
gosh, man. Who do I write a check out to, Christian? Like, that's what we want, you know? And then boom, Christian say, hey, we focus on 5-star client experience. Like, this shit's real. Great job, Christian. You know, I probably wouldn't have remembered that if I was your age.
Yeah.
But I'm an IEP student.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of leeway.
Yeah. I got you.
You don't, right?
Nah.
Okay. All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, I said, hey, Christian, I want you to tell me what type of base we put on our walkways. He didn't only tell me the base. He went above and beyond and said, hey, he repeated the same spiel I gave him 24 hours ago. And that's the type of people I want on my team. Like, those are the people I actually love because I tell them once and they remember it, right? And those guys, you can tell he's pushing forward, right? Like, Christian wants to make lots of money. He wants to work a lot. He wants to, all right, brother, come join the team. I'll show you all that shit. For my people listening at home on YouTube, hiring and firing, it's really just a numbers game because you're not going to be good at it. Like, you can listen to this, the same thing Gary Vee says. I say the same thing. Like, no matter how well you know people, no matter how well you can feel people out, you're not going to know. That dickhead that you have to have because he's the only guy that can drive the truck because you didn't do the right things that you should have done as a business owner, which was hiring and recruiting, right? And or making sure you have a backup list of your next hires. You didn't do that. And now you're mad at the guy that's sitting there driving the truck. At the end of the day, we got to take responsibility as business owners. And I know I'm going down a rabbit hole with this, but this is a very strong pain point of landscapers. Yo, Teddy, how's it going today?
Chase, what's up, man? How's it going? Good.
Good. I'm just living the American dream, brother. How about yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm doing the same thing. Just driving around.
How old are you?
I am 29. Just turned 29 in October.
Oh, nice, brother. And how long you been in the business?
So I started last March. So we're on year 2. We haven't hit the 2-year mark.
If you don't mind me asking, Teddy, what did you do in revenue year 1?
Year 1, we did 73,000 in revenue.
And what are you guys on track to, do this year?
Right now I'm just shy of 160. I just slightly over 158,000. And then the goal that I set at the beginning of the year was to get to 200. So I'm basically just grinding.
What services do you provide your clients currently?
We do a little mix of a bunch of different things. So we did the mowing service. We did that this year, last year. I would say peak season, we got up to like 45 mowing clients. Some of them were just mowing clients.
Wow. All right. So it sounds like you got your feet in the ground there with some projects, man. I feel like your revenue should be higher though, just based on what you said.
It absolutely should be higher.
And then what does your equipment setup look like?
We had 2 trucks running this year, and then we had a couple other mowers, a few trimmers. I got like 4 leaf blowers, backpack blowers, and then we had another truck that probably is done. We kind of ran it into the ground. Like, I'm lucky I even got 2 years out of it. So in the next couple months, at least before like spring comes, I'm going to be swapping out that old truck and getting another truck, whether it's like a 250 or 350.
Good. Okay. That's what's up. And you don't have a dump trailer right now, correct?
I don't have a dump trailer. I've been renting them, which I've now, looking back at the cost that I've spent on it, I easily could have just owned one for the financing price that I've been spending on the rentals. There was a video that I was watching of yours where back in the day where you were saying, like, if you're not trying to be in the lawn space, like, why even have lawn in your thing? So I think what I'm going to be doing soon is changing the name to just Fitzgerald Landscaping.
Let's go, man. I didn't have to tell you to do it, brother. You just read my mind. I'd rather sit down, strategize, and think long term. Like, hey, man, how can we make like more of an elegant name versus just a last name? There's literally 2,000 Fitzgerald's landscapers in America. If we're going to do a name change, let's just do it one time. Let's do it right. And so start thinking about landscaping companies name-wise that are more like elegant and kind of flow. I want you to text and reach out to every single client. Hey man, I know I did your spring cleanup this past spring and it's been months. If you were happy with the service, love to hear client experience. And if they don't leave you a review, then obviously there's room for improvement. And text friends, family, go in your grandma's Gmail account, set her up to leave you a review. And I don't ask people ever to lie, but if they know who I am, or if I did work for their parents or their friends and they were like hanging out on that patio or they saw it, they can at least speak about the type of person the owner is, how they communicate, things like that. No bueno. No bueno. Can you re-scrub it?
Well, look, in the front.
I know, but I'm just saying, the client's not going to be happy with that. See Paquito right here, my friends? you got to take your drill and just re-clean that. It has to be perfect today. Or not today, but it has to be perfect before we leave again, right? Because obviously they paid us money. It looks muy bien like this right now, but in dos weeks, it looks no bueno when it dries out. And that's why we got to put extra elbow grease into this, my friends. Victor, Rosa Astorgio, Nicholas, you too, aquí. My friend, like, see this? This cannot be here. No bueno, no bueno, no bueno. Like, see how it's blanco right here, my friends? See the poquito blanconess? We have to remove it. See, aquí? See this, Astorgio?
Sí.
How can you fix this, right? Because you tres installed this. How can you take the blanco off the stone, my friend? Well, no, Victor, Rosa Astorgio aquí. We're not gonna walk away. Nicholas, can you translate? Why don't you translate for me, my friend?
Yeah. Okay.
You tres were here to do the proyecto. The mortar cannot be on the piedra, my friends. All right? How can you guys get that part off, my friend? Can you tell them that? Here, let me try, Victor. Let me try it. See? Is this dead, amigo? Nicholas, are you charging the other batteries, amigo?
Right there.
Okay.
Crack different, right?
See.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
What's uric acid gonna do? Can it clean this or no? It doesn't look like it's working.
Looking more better by this morning. Looking a lot better right now because you're looking your picture and looking now it's different, no?
See, but it's still like, we only want the mortar in the joints, my friend, right? We don't want it on the stone. I understand Poquito Blanco gets on the stone, but like this is too mas. This is just too mas Blanco on the stone, my friend. So, uno, you brush, dos, you put acid, or no? Victor, I wonder, and I don't know if you guys been doing this already or not, but I wonder if it would make sense once they're done doing the initial brush, if they lightly poured the acid on there and then used it with the brush on the edges. Like, obviously you got to be careful of maybe not putting it on the mortar, but if they did a light amount, like maybe it would the pressure of the bristle with the acid would be a little bit mas. Does that make sense or no?
You can touch this, you can go in the top like this and
Sí.
the pistons.
Sí.
So it's more better you can use it this.
See. Well, we're going to do that too. I'm just saying for these guys. All right, guys, we're hopping back in the Cybertruck. Going to go to the next job site. We got a design meeting, so we're going to film some of that and then the job site check. All right, passionate landscapes, like you're in my DMs, right, talking all this stuff. And I love everybody, so I'm not specifically making fun of you. I go into your profile and your bio, let me just show everybody on camera. Free promo for you, passionate. Crypto investor, right? Looks like an AI produced bio. Nothing wrong with that, right? And I love you as a human being, but let's think about this out loud. From someone that's looking at your page, just clicking on passionate landscapes, right? Oh, I'm looking for a landscaper, someone that's passionate. Oh, Aaron pops up. And then in this landscape page, you put crypto investor. It doesn't make sense to me. Think about this page as an ideal client. Does that make sense? It really doesn't. Oh, he's a crypto investor. Like, all right, Dylan, well, I'm going to go on my Coinbase account and buy $2 of Bitcoin, and I'm a crypto investor too. Let's go back to your DMs. Landscape maintenance with some project-based work. Project-based work comes from maintenance clients, so no paid advertising, ... That's false. That's false because what I do, I barely spend any money on paid advertising, okay? And I run a multi-million-dollar landscape construction company, so I used to think just like you, so I'm not hating on you, I'm just telling you, like, no, we get tons of clients, 20, 50, 100K projects, $300,000 projects from zero paid advertising, all right? So how is premium quality maintenance that's highly profitable, how does that work, right? You still have to have a truck, you still have to have mowers, you still have to have team members, it's the same thing. So with lower overhead, I don't know if I believe that. Right, guys, I was on Fox Business News. I'm sending Dill the video of me on Fox Business. where basically they're talking about how blue collar people are like, people aren't going to college, they're going doing in the blue collar trades. Now this guy, of course, it's a lawn mowing thing. Before my segment, they're trying to troll your boy.
Like I said, some are just going right into their field. Now he's taking home, get this, more than $500,000 a year.
If you're to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, go to college, get the degree, go have fun. I talk to other kids on my social media that DM me all the time or in my program, and a lot of guys, I convince them to either not go or drop out of college and join the workforce full time, because you're really just fighting against yourself. If you're going to college and got to start a business, you're losing a lot of time, a lot of valuable time. All right, guys, we're leaving the lounge now. We had a great meeting, design meeting at Mainline. Ran into a bunch of my buddies and actually one of my clients, shout out to Chris, here at Mainline. And then the guy that owns this entire facility, shout out to Charles, he owns the closet installation business next door. We're doing a project for him. This will be $3,500, $3,200, just clearing the bottom half of this hillside. And this hillside, that'll be like the project we get done like next week or the following week. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back at the job site here. I'm going to go check on it. The client has the sprinkler out, which I got to tell him he can't do that because he can't water the shrubs like that. And make sure you tell your clients, hey, when you're watering the shrubs, water at the base of the shrub instead of like a sprinkler hitting it, especially this time of year when it gets this wet out or on this cold out. Now, you wouldn't know that unless you had one-on-one mentorship with your boy Chase or you're watching this video. Don't forget, I offer one-on-one mentorship, and if you guys are ready to invest in that, like Teddy did, right? Then you guys can go and click the link in the description below and apply to be in my one-on-one mentorship program. And you guys will get the same call that Teddy did. You guys will get the same response time, the same strategy, execution, and plan. And if you guys want one-on-one mentorship, you guys can click the link in the description below. It's not going to be for everyone. If you're not prepared to invest into yourself and a consultant and your business, it's not going to be the right fit. But if you're ready for that one-on-one touch with myself, link below.